For Paws event when the Haven in Fairhope works with the Eastern Shore Art Center to auction off some very special art. Nancy Raya is the Community Outreach Director at the Eastern Shore Art Center. You join us live now. Nancy, what makes this art so special?
This art is special because we are trying to honor the dogs and the cats and the wonderful job that the Haven does. And we're doing this to honor a dear volunteer of mine that passed away this year that spent a lot of years working with us. So we're creating art. We're creating things that's going to go on. It's actually on a live auction starting right now. And I worked with a lot of different populations. One of the things that we did was I handed everybody a canvas and I said, just do lots of brush strokes to show fur. And then it was up to them to look at it and say, oh, is that going to be a cat or a dog? And that would be up to them to decide which direction that pile of fur was going to be. Another lesson that I did was one of the things that I happen to love to do is to paint on a black background. So with the National Charity League, it's a mother-daughter charity. I invited them in for so many sessions. It's a mother-daughter charity. Girls from across the county with their mothers came in, and I was teaching them how to draw with chalk on a black outline. And when it's all finished, this is a style that's one of my styles, but I was teaching them a lesson all along. So this is something that's just been a great big joy, painting cats and dogs. But one of my favorite things, the other day we had a visitor, and he came to the Art Center with Mike Graham from the Haven, and he let us use his paw prints. So
Oh,
partner, and his name was Lucky Ducky, a beautiful beagle mix, maybe Labrador. We also had a partner painting with this. And so those are some of the things that we're doing right now. I'm in my studio at home just touching up some things.
so seeing this artwork, I'm sure a lot of people are asking the same question I am. How can we get our paws on this art?
Oh, perfect, perfect. Okay, so the way you can do it, it's going to open for you to come and see. Actually, the show is already up. It will be up tomorrow. It's up now. We're open tomorrow, 10 to 4. You can come by the Art Center and see it in person. Of course, you can go online to artistforpaws.com and bid online. We also will have our first Friday art opening that we do at the Eastern Shore Art Center the first Friday of every month from 6 to 8. But it will be up for about 3 weeks, a little over 3.5 weeks. So definitely come by and see it. One of the things I'm suggesting, when I took my dog to the vet the other week for some surgery, I took some of these little ones and I asked the vet and the technicians to pick some that they liked. And we have about 100 of these that the National Charity League teams made for me. And I asked the vets to pick some that they would like. And I said, I'll make a donation in honor of you for taking care of my dog. So these are great little gifts to thank someone that cares for your pet or babysits it sometimes or lets it out for you when you're out of town.
That is so sweet. How has the community come together for this event?
How have they come together, you mean?
Yeah.
Or well, I do community outreach at the Art Center, and my task is to bring the community together. So the first thing I knew, I started last winter when everybody was staying home because of the pandemic. I just started painting things as I remembered my dear friend in the studio, my wonderful volunteer, Susan Wright. I just started painting small canvases thinking at some point I want to do a benefit for her, and she loved the Haven because I first met her when I was working with some people that had cancer. And so I invited her in to come work with us, and she volunteered with me 6 years. And then I thought, well, I can paint so many, but if I invite the National Charity League, that's about 300 people strong, if I invite them, they booked sessions to come and work with me. I visited the Exceptional Foundation Gulf Coast and worked with some people with some cognitive disabilities to help me make furs and brush strokes, and they painted some beautiful cats for me. We're just come together, and it's amazing. I've also had a lot of wonderful professional artists that have donated art too. John Olchu with his photography. Bruce Larson has donated a sculpture. We have Stacy Howe. We have so many artists that have come in and helped, and it's all on that website that you can view it from home and then come see it in person too.
Nancy, thank you so much for being with us here today. Our own Roseanne Haven is a co-chair and WKRG is a sponsor. So head on over to artistforpaws.com and get bidding on some beautiful art.
Now.